สวัสดีค่ะ and welcome back to Edinburgh Insight here on GBN Station. You are now with me, Konkano Shitpan. Our news today is the online Vesak Day celebration organized by the IBC, the launch of a new Buddha Sutra by 84,000. The Heian Temple in South Korea announced the date to open the Tipitaka Kurana to the public for the first time, followed by the COVID-19 impact on the Thai Buddhist temples.Followed by a special interview with the famous photographer James Lowes on his journey to capture the remote Buddhist caves in the 1940s. A global online Vesak celebration organized by the International Buddhist Confederation was streamed live on 26 May, a 6-hour event dedicated to global peace and relief from COVID-19.The IBC organized a celebration with support from India's Ministry of Culture and the participation of partner organizations, the Bodh Gaya Temple Management Committee, the Ancient Buddhist Conference for Peace Mongolia, and the International Buddhist Council India. The program was divided into 4 segments: ceremonies and prayers dedicated to global peace and to relief from the pandemic.Followed by the keynote speeches by the officials from many countries. The 2 presentations testify to long-term cooperation between Indian and Mongolian scholars, chanting the sutra for relief from COVID-19, and finally the multicultural events. The global non-profit initiative 84,000, translating the words of the Buddha, founded by the renowned Bhutanese Lama,Author and filmmaker Dongsa Chamyang Khyentse Rinpoche has published a special, freely downloadable edition of the classic Buddhist sutra, The 100 Deeds, originally translated by 84,000 editorial team and made available for the first time in English in early 2020. This special edition of the sutra is accompanied by a series of illustrations shared by children from around the world during COVID-19 lockdown as a part of the Dhammic collaboration that 84,000 hopes will offer a sense of hope during the ongoing pandemic with an emphasis on a profound message that simple deeds often have outsized consequences.The 100 Deeds is a celebrated collection of more than 120 stories, 84,000 shared with Buddhist Store Global. It includes narratives of the Buddha Shakyamuni's notable deeds and foundational teachings, episodes from the lives of other well-known Buddhist figures, and a variety of engaging tales featuring people from all walks of ancient Indian life.In the majority of the stories, the Buddha's purpose in recounting the past lives of one or more individuals is to make definitive statements about the karmic ripening of actions across multiple lifetimes. The original English translation of this text by 84,000 can also be found in the 84,000 reading room. The Tipitaka Kurana, a collection of Buddhist wooden printing blocks,will be open to the public every Saturday and Sunday starting later this month. Considered to be the most comprehensive set of Buddhist scriptures found to date, the Tipitaka Kurana, or Palmam De Jangchong in Korean, comprises 13th century Buddhist scriptures carved on more than 80,000 wooden printing blocks. They are stored at Jangyong Pengjong in Heian Temple in Hapcheon.The storage hall was listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. According to the Heian Temple, a tour program will begin on June 19, allowing people to look around the inside of Jangyong Pangjong 2 times a day, at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. People should make online reservation to join the 50-minute tour, and a maximum of 20 people will be allowed for each time slot.The temple said it is the first time that the Tipitaka Kurana, a national treasure included on the UNESCO Memory of the World Register, is being opened to the public since its production in the 13th century. The famous news website in Thailand had reported that the economies of the countries depending on tourism are clearly hurting, with visitors' numbers plummeting as a result of the pandemic. Some Buddhist temples that rely heavily on donations for foreign tourists, for example Wat Po and Wat Phra Kaew, are now struggling to outlast the pandemic. Additionally, small businesses around the temples have been badly hurt. Clearly, there is a lost engagement between monastic communities and foreign tourists who visit Thailand to immerse themselves in different cultures, religions, and ways of life. Because of the pandemic, monk chat has switched to an online outreach. Since April 2020, monk chat live is streamed almost every week via Facebook, where various guests, usually monks, prepare some reflections on a specific topic related to Buddhism in the modern world, such as life lessons from COVID-19. Facebook Live is a good alternative for now, but it doesn't have the same impact as talking directly with foreigners. The format is more formal, with little chance of personal sharing or observing the playful ways monks interact with one another. In the spring of 1943, during the Sino-Japanese War, photographer James Lowe and his wife, Lucy Lowe, ventured to assess the remote, nearly abandoned caves near where the ancient northern and southern silk trade routes converge. At the nexus of China and Central Asia, there are more 700 carved spaces in the face of a cliff, known as the Mogul Caves. Among them, some 500 profusely decorated with sculptures and murals, remarkable examples of Buddhist art that span 1,000 years. Today, the cave's 2,000 painted sculptures and nearly 485,000 square feet of wall paintings are preserved as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, popular with tourists. Dun Huang Long served as a gateway between China and Central Asia. To the north was the Russian steppe, and to the south lay India. Because of its position in this network of land routes, Dun Huang became the seat of government for local polities and a major hub, attracting traders, Buddhist pilgrims, and visitors of all sorts. In short, it was a vibrant commercial, political, and artistic center. Just 25 kilometers southeast of Dun Huang, a cliff along Tachuan River proved to be the perfect location for making cave temples, now called the Mogul Caves. Over the course of 1,000 years, architects, craftsmen, painters, and sculptors built and decorated nearly 500 caves, while an additional 200 plus caves remained as living or burial chambers. The land across the river from the caves, which one traverses to access the site today, served as a cemetery. During the height of the activity, the site would have been supported a community of builders and artisans to construct and decorate new caves, and monks would have been living at the caves. A number of clans had family caves that they maintained across generations, and dedication ceremonies and other religious gatherings were most likely conducted from here time to time. This site is magical. Hundreds of caves, large and small, are filled with vibrantly colored mural and sculptures. Before the first time I visited Dun Huang in 1993 and 1994, I had seen photographs, but nothing prepared me for experiencing the caves. Walking into a dark, cool cave, no matter how hot it was outside, and viewing the cave by flashlight transported me to a different time where I was immersed, completely surrounded by Buddhist murals and sculptures. It felt like I had entered a different realm, said James Lowe. Third wave of the COVID-19 pandemic has severely affected the Thai economies. Following the Thai Supreme Patriarch, Wat Patthammakaya Temple and the Dhammakaya Foundation are now helping out the local communities by donating funds, supply bags, foods, and medical equipment. Let us now rejoice in their merits together.
ช่วยกันทำขอบคุณที่ช่วยกันมาตลอดอยากจะขอ
ฉันรู้ใจเธอสู้ไม่เคยจะหวั่นไหวสิ่งเลวร้ายที่เข้ามาไม่ทำให้ใจเธออ่อนไหวไปได้เลยฉันขอเป็นคนหนึ่งคอยมองจากตรงนี้เพื่อที่ฉันจะส่งแรงใจที่ฉันมีให้เธอก้าวข้ามพ้นผ่านวันร้ายๆเพื่อพรุ่งนี้เราจะได้เจอวันใหม่เราทุกคนยังเป็นแรงใจให้เธอนะเราทุกคนยังมีความหวังในหัวใจเราทุกคนจะผ่านเรื่องร้ายในครั้งนี้ไปขอแค่เราส่งใจเป็นพลังกันและกัน
ตอนนี้ก็ต้องขอบพระคุณคณะสงฆ์ครับนะที่เห็นความสำคัญนะครับของตำบลคลองสามนะครับต้องขอบคุณมากๆนะฮะแทนพี่น้องประชาชนชาวตำบลคลองสามที่คณะสงฆ์เนี่ยไม่ทิ้งกันครับนะทั้งอาณาจักรทั้งพุทธจักรนะครับมาช่วยกันขนาดนี้นะครับผมได้รู้สึกตื้นตันแล้วก็หวังเป็นอย่างยิ่งว่าเราจะต้องร่วมไม้ร่วมมือกันอย่างนี้นะครับทุกสิ่งทุกอย่างปัญหาทุกอย่างมันสามารถที่จะแก้ได้ครับถ้าทุกคนร่วมไม้ร่วมมือกันอย่างนี้ขอบคุณมากๆเลยครับผม
เราทุกคนยังมีความหวังในหัวใจเราทุกคนจะผ่านเรื่องร้ายในครั้งนี้ไปขอแค่เราส่งใจเป็นพลังกันและกันเราทุกคนยังเป็นแรงใจให้เธอนะเราทุกคนยังมีความหวังในหัวใจเราทุกคนจะผ่านเรื่องร้ายในครั้งนี้ไปขอแค่เราส่งใจเป็นพลังกันและกัน
ด้วยรักด้วยปรารถนาดีด้วยความแบ่งปันก็ขอเอาบุญกุศลมาแบ่งปันทุกท่านนะครับลาไปก่อนครับ
ขอแค่เราส่งใจเป็นพลังกันและกัน
Rejoice in your merits, Anumotana Bunka. And now it's time for the Lord Buddha's Dharma quote. Here, a Tathagata appears in the world, an arahant, perfectly enlightened, perfect in true knowledge and conduct, fortunate, knower of the world, unsurpassed leader of person to be tamed, teacher of devas and humans, the enlightened one, the blessed one. Having realized with his own direct knowledge this world with its devas, maras, brahma, this population with its ascetics and brahmins, with its devas and humans, he makes it known to others. He teaches a dharma that is good in the beginning, good in the middle, and good in the end, with the right meaning and expression. He reveals a holy life that is perfectly complete and purified. And now it's time for us to say goodbye. If you missed out our previous At Brain Insight episodes, make sure to check out our website, gbnus.com. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful week. สวัสดีค่ะ